All right, welcome to Talking Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. I want to do an update on our 10K challenge. We missed last week, so I'm going to do a double update. This is for the week 16 and 17. The week ended April 22nd, and then last Friday ended April 29th. So we're going to do a double. We'll catch up. It's important that we stay on track with this thing. So I appreciate everybody following along, and for those of you who are new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Also, if everybody would do us a favor and smash the like button, we would appreciate it. It helps the channel a lot. I'm going to go through what's happened over the last 2 weeks. It's been 2 difficult weeks, so I hope everybody appreciates the transparency here on this channel. I want to go through the good weeks and the bad weeks because that's the way the market works, and this is a long-term game. So one of the things I want to stress about the 10K challenge is this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. I've been saying that since day one. So this is more of a long-term buy and hold strategy. We have a couple of principles. We try and pick good stocks. I am a small cap, high growth investor. So most of the stocks that I pick are in that arena. I focus on Bitcoin miners, EV companies, tech companies, but pretty much all small cap, high growth. So these are risk on investments. And I will tell you, we are in the middle of one of the most legendary risk off trading environments that I have ever seen. So a lot of these stocks are getting beat up. However, that will not be the case forever. So these are opportunities. As we continue to see a lot of these stocks hit 52-week lows, I have been dollar cost averaging in. I actually am running out of cash on the sidelines. So one of the core principles of the 10K challenge is we put $10,000 in an account on January 1st. We're not putting any more money in this account all year. So we want to see what we can take 10K and turn it into. So we have a few different goals. The first goal, obviously, is to be profitable, right? So by December 31st, we want to be showing a profit. That's the whole point of investing. In addition to that, we want to be beating the rest of the market. So we're measuring ourselves against 8 other indexes, cryptocurrencies, and precious metals. So when we get to that chart, I'll show you what those are. It's our 2022 goal to end up in first place ahead of all of those. Okay, so I'm going to try and go through both weeks here. So this is the week that we missed. This was week 16. The week ended April 22nd. That's Friday, April 22nd. So you'll see this was the portfolio on that day. We held 18 positions. You'll see there's 9 stocks and 9 options. Now remember, that's not 50-50. Those 9 stocks represent somewhere between 85 to 90% of this portfolio, and the 9 options represent somewhere between 10 to 15% of the portfolio. Okay, so let me show you the results of week 16. Again, that's Friday, April 22nd. Okay, the portfolio as of the end of Friday, April 22nd was $6,027.17. That is the lowest it's been all year. We lost almost $1,000 in that 1 week. For those of you who don't remember or are trying to forget, the last 2 weeks have been absolutely brutal in the stock market. So this particular week, we were down about $1,000. The other thing that's very noteworthy is the available cash I have is $520. Now remember, we put $10,000 into here and no more new money is coming into this account. So prior to this week, which is week 16, I had maintained a $1,500 balance of cash or more all year. So the concept there was to wait, in case opportunities presented themselves. Well, the last 2 weeks have been brutal. So it was time to dip into that fund, and I did so. So I got down to $520, which is by far my lowest cash balance. Now, if I run out of cash, I'm simply going to have to wait it out because I'm not looking to trade out of my stocks unless something changes with the story of one of my stocks. I think a lot of people find themselves in a fairly similar position. We've been in a buy the dip routine for about 5 months now. So I know a lot of people are running out of money. So this portfolio is behaving the same way, just so that everybody knows, you're not alone. This is kind of what's happening. Okay, so let's take a look at week 16. Some things happened here in week 16 that have not yet happened all year prior. The first thing is silver and gold switched. Silver has been in first place almost the entire year. As of the end of week 16, silver and gold were the only 2 items that were positive on the year. So everything else has been negative all year long. The other thing I want to point out is week 16 was the very first week of the year. Every single asset category went down. The portfolio is down to $6,027. It's down 39%. It was down 15% in this 1 week. So this was a brutal week for the portfolio. But you can see it was also a brutal week for the stock market. Silver was down 6.5%. The Russell was down over 3%. The NASDAQ was down nearly 4%. So again, this is the first week of the year that everything on the list had a down week. So as of the end of week 16, a lot of work left to do in our portfolio. We are currently sitting in 9th place. We want to end up in 1st place. Silver and gold, by the way, have been in 1st or 2nd in either order for all 16 weeks of this entire year. That is very unusual. I don't expect that to last. I've been saying that all year. I think at some point sooner than later, they will pull back to the middle of the pack and some of these other indexes are going to pass them. And obviously, hopefully, it's our intention to pass them as well. So that's a quickie on week 16. Let's get to week 17, which was the week that ended just this last Friday. Okay, here's the portfolio as of Friday, April 29th. So you're going to see it's still 18 positions. So no new positions were added, highest to lowest as far as value goes. So you'll see Romeo and CleanSpark have basically spent most of the year flip-flopping between number 1 and number 2. But I will tell you, I have a lot more actually invested in Romeo because Romeo is down massively. It's down, I think, 60% since the beginning of the year. I believe Romeo is now down over 95% from its highs of 2021. So this stock has been totally decimated. In the middle, there were some reasons for the pullback. Now, it's just getting beaten down to a point that makes no sense to me at all. So again, this isn't financial advice, but I have been averaging into Romeo, and now I'm actually buying options at $2 because this was once a $30 or $40 stock, and it's now a $1 stock. That makes no sense to me at all. It was a $2 or $3 stock just a month or two ago. So I'm expecting that to turn around as things bottom out here. This week, I got to average into CleanSpark, and that is the first time all year I've gotten to average into that because CleanSpark basically headed, from the time I bought in, it started heading up. So this has been in the green all year long. Well, it gave back all of its gains. So it is now back down to a little bit less than my original purchase price. So I did average into CleanSpark. Never thought I was going to get that opportunity, but I'm glad to get it. So this is the balance you have to take. You know, the portfolio is way down, which can be frustrating and disappointing, but if you've done your analysis and you feel good about these stocks and you know that over time you expect them to go much higher, then if in the short term they are pulling back, these are just buying opportunities or they are on sale, as a lot of people would say. I try to look for stocks where the company is behaving well and the stock is behaving poorly because I think ultimately those things will straighten themselves out over time. Historically, that has more often than not been the case. So here's the results for week 17, April 29th, 2022. That was just last Friday. So now the account is down to $5,727.96. My cash is down to $345. So I used about $150, and I used that to buy into CleanSpark. Because again, I did not think I was going to get an opportunity to do that ever again. So I raised my investment in CleanSpark. But this is now a new low for the portfolio on the year here in week 17 at $57.27, and it's a new low for cash at $346. And remember, no new cash goes into this, so this account has to fend for itself. Last week was the first week I went under $1,500 in cash for the whole year. We're now down to $346. Let's see where that puts us overall in the challenge. And I also want to point out a few things that happened this week that were new that have not yet happened before this year. Okay, I'm going to start at the top of the list. Gold is still number one. It's up $3.75. You'll see this is green. Silver is now red on the year. It is now down 2.36%. Silver has been green on the year for the entire year. So gold and silver, although they're still in first and second, they are melting down. These were up 10, 12% or more a month ago. That's a fundamental change. We now have every single thing on the list is down on the year with the exception of gold, which is only up 3.75% on the year. Now for the second week in a row and the only 2 weeks all year, every single one of these things was down. So this was an across-the-board down week again between the equity markets, between the cryptocurrencies, and the precious metals. Everything was down. The NASDAQ and the Russell moved into bear market territory, and they hit new 52-week lows for the first time in a long time, both of them. So you'll see the portfolio is still in 9th place. And again, remember, it is our goal to finish in first place, not someday over the rainbow, by the end of 2022. So we've got some major work to do. However, I do feel like I have continued to average into some positions that I think are very good positions. Now, we still are stuck in a risk-off environment. Almost all of the money has been absolutely ripped out of these risk-on investments. So these investments, for the large part, and most of the ones in my portfolio are down 60, 70, 80, 90%. Some of these have a lower market cap than they do cash in the bank. Net cash in the bank minus all of their debt. So these are strange positions for companies to be in. It's very infrequent to come across a company with a negative enterprise value. So I have more than one of those in the portfolio. So I am waiting, and I am going to have to wait until this turns around and until some money starts pouring back into the risk on. However, I do not believe that the money is out of the risk on trade for all time. That has never happened before. So I think this is just a matter of patience, and we're going to have to see just how long we're going to have to be patient. So hopefully your portfolio looks better than this, but I just want to keep up and show you guys along the way what I'm doing, because I do expect this to end well. But I think it's important that everybody sees that in the middle, this can be absolutely brutal. So if you're not ready to have this stuff happen to your portfolio, you might want to consider investing in index funds or just something safe, because in this small cap, high growth, risk on environment, this is the journey. Having said that, these are also the stocks that can 5x and 10x, etc. over the course of years. So that's what I'm looking for. I want to know, where's CleanSpark going to be 3 years from now, not where's it going to be 3 months from now. So again, 2 brutal weeks. These were the 2 roughest weeks in the market this year. Silver turned from positive to negative, which now means everything is negative except for gold. We'll see if that can survive the week this week, or if it's going to be across the board negative on the year. So that's where everything's at. Thanks for sticking with me, guys, on this journey. I hope you're getting some use out of this. As you can see right now, we're at a very tough spot. But again, I still expect to finish in first place by the end of the year. That is the goal. So if you stuck with us until the end, please remember to subscribe to the channel and smash the like button. And thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for following along on the 10K challenge. And we will see you in the next video.